Hey everybody, Adam here, and happy birthday to me! So, back with a little legacy, and found a cool one. Kind of an old one? So this is Deadguy Ale. What is Deadguy Ale? So Deadguy Ale is a black-white Stoneforge Mystic deck. And what is very common is using Dark Ritual to power out some amount of... usually some amount of disruption ahead of curve, so that can include Thoughtseize, Hymn to Turok, the one Liliana of the Veil, which I've already lost in the list, let's go, right here. And then also, like, just Thoughtseize into Dark Confidant, Thoughtseize into Dothy Voidwalker, just kind of getting you ahead of things a little bit. Obviously a turn 1 opposition agent, pretty good. So that's something that's definitely on the table for us. And then the rest of the deck is like pretty basic, pretty fair. You'll expect to try to get yourself leveraging Stoneforge Mystic, using Swords to Plowshares and other efficient white removal to kind of clear stuff out of your way, and then close the game over time with a Cauldron Complete, a couple of Hate Bears, whatever it might be. In the sideboard, we have some kind of more focused answers to things. So, Plague Engineer for, like, Death and Taxes, or Elves. Then we have Deafening Silence for spell-based combo decks. Surgical Extraction for graveyard decks. Necromentia for decks that need a specific card to win. So something like, for example, Doomsday. So if you Necromentia rip out all of their Thassa's Oracles, they just can't win the game. So that's pretty great for us. Then you have things like Ashiok Dream Render, which are going to kind of put a damper on more fair graveyard-based decks. So like the Uro Piles or Night of the Reliquary decks or things of that nature. Cathar Commando to deal with artifacts and enchantments, also stapled to a body. Just kind of a few options, some more Planeswalkers for versus kind of blue mid-range soup. So yeah, that is Deadguy Ale, and that is what we'll be playing for the evening. So, thank you all for joining me. I know I say that every time, but I really appreciate it tonight. Like I said at the start of the stream, tonight is my birthday. The big 3-0. So, we are no longer the youths. So, definitely glad to have some people out there hanging out tonight, so I really appreciate it. So, without any further ado, let's get ourselves into this league and see what we can do with it. Some Deadguy Ale. Travis, thank you. Officially not the youths. Younger than you, sure, but not the youths. I think 30 pretty firmly puts me outside of the youths. I know that the 20s is a gray area anymore. I mean, fair. I mean, I'm only up this late because I gotta shift my schedule around for work, to be honest with you. Otherwise, I'd be in bed already, settled in, so... I will, share this for Travis in the chat and anybody else who might be a beer aficionado or fan out there. So tonight I cracked out one for my stash for the occasion. So this is the 2020 release of Junie Double Barrel from Transient Artisan Ales. This is an Imperial Rye Stout with Violet Sky Cacao Nibs, Salted Caramel, aged in Henry McKenna 10-year bourbon barrels, and then Bliss Bourbon Maple Syrup barrels. Hey, we found a round 1. Our opponent is already 2-0. Okay. I mean, like... Okay. This hand doesn't seem excellent, but I think that, like, most draws improve it, and there's, like, some amount of disruption. I think this is pretty reasonable. I mean, Travis, it's totally fine. I'm a big fan of the idea that people should drink whatever they want whenever they want. Alright. I think we're gonna try to fire this off now. Because funny enough, this plays around days. Because opponent went Polluted Delta Pass. That's fair. Ooh! Opponent is a Dak Faden deck. Alright. So that was a Force of Will pitching a Dak Faden on our Dothy Voidwalker. Just gonna fire this off now. We're going to play a War of Attrition game with our opponent. I think we're set up to do that pretty well. Alright, I'm going to play this Dark Confidant. I'm not going to show our opponent this Karakas because with Dak Faden and Tropical Island, I have a sneaking suspicion our opponent is an Uro deck. And I think that having this Karakas just tucked away all safe-like is going to be good for us. Brainstorm resolves. Bob is in. That's good. Yeah, Travis, like, my usual fare is not anything near this dark and heavy. Okay. Bob fed me a land. And then I drew another one. That's pretty atrocious, to be honest with you. Play Marsh Flats. I'm not going to attack because it feels like opponent has some sort of flash thing. Like, why would you brainstorm there and then just do nothing? Also, this deck has one Indatha Triome, so that Prismatic Ending can hit 3 colors. So I plan on fetching that with this Marsh Flats. Sure. I was correct to assume Flash Threat. Opponent has chosen not to put any cards back in anybody's library, which I think is probably correct. This is going to be a War of Attrition. Uro is fine. I don't care about that even a little bit. Okay. Opponent does have Grove of the Burnwillows. I will take 3. I have no intention on blocking here. I will fetch. Grab the Indatha Triome. Bob shows me a Marsh Flats. I find another Bob. Again, I'm not willing to reveal my ending or my Karakas just yet. So this is this green, black, white. All right. So, I have this Caracas to check this Uro. Eventually, I will find another Dauthi Voidwalker and invalidate it entirely. That's fine. That's pretty great, I'm not gonna lie to you. Play another Marsh Flats. Make opponent think that this Ndatha Triumph what matters more than it does. Brainstorm, sure. Drown in the lock, yes, that's fine. I don't think there's any other lands in particular that I want. I have plenty of lands in my hand. I guess by that same logic, I kind of do want to fetch right now. Just gonna grab another scrub land here. Well, that's pretty atrocious. This is Uro coming back. I think that I'm going to plow this one now. Again, same logic, we're gonna fetch again. Just try to reduce my chances. I will him to Turok here. Is a brainstorm in response? Sure is. So, opponent hides whatever it is they want to keep here. We got rid of a Force of Will and Assassin's Trophy. I'm gonna play Catacombs here. I still don't really want to show my opponent this Caracas. It is plausible that opponent has some number of the card Wasteland in their deck. I will fire off one. Okay. Snapcaster Mage. Target Brainstorm. Okay. Fair. Guess it's finally time to put this Caracas into play. Brainstorm is fine. Life from the loam. Okay. This was something that I was thinking about in the back of my mind. I'm not gonna lie. That's a Dak Fate, and that's pretty unfortunate. I'm glad that I have this in Dothatriome. Alright. Dredge Loam. There's an Uro. It is something to be cognizant of. Draw, discard, discard. So we do have to eventually find an answer to the Snapcaster Mage, but I don't think that that's the pressing concern. They did discard their Loam again. Once again, I'm gonna fetch here just because I do want the fewest possible chances at drawing. Okay. Opponent has one card in hand present. I will him here just because I don't want this to be a removal spell. That was actually pretty hilarious. Actively helping opponent there. Loam getting Grove, Misty, Verdant, sure. That's fine. Discarding the Misty. This is opponent casting Uro from graveyard. Oh no. This is indeed Uro from graveyard. Sure. That's fine. I will not block. I will flash in this opposition agent. I will force opponent to fetch here. They choose not to. Okay. Oh, they just have Bolt. Okay. I will put this Uro back in my opponent's hand. I have an answer for it again next turn. That one ain't bad. Cast with kicker. 1, 2, 3. Black. Opponent had double Uro. That's fine. I still do have this Uro in check by way of Caracas, and opponent has yet to show me Punishing Fire. This is escaping another Uro. I accept the things that you are about to suggest. All of this is happening. Ponder is fine. They've taken themselves off of recasting an Uro this turn. They exiled their other Uro anyway, which feels okay. Okay. Like, opponent just turned their deck fade on as mill me 2 cards, which feels like that's an okay thing for me. Okay, so they were waiting for me to tap my Caracas so that they could bolt. I present to you Stoneforge Mystic. I will yield. Yes, please. I will fetch a Cauldron complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cephalid Coliseum. It's a brainstorm. Doing alright, Connor. How are you? We are, this is round 1, and this is game 1. We are fighting the socially obligated Slog versus, Strifopile. 60 card Strifopile, specifically. Target player draws 2, discards 2. That's fine. Opponent show me a Cling to Dust. That's not a thing that I care about. They have an Uro in their graveyard. That's fine. Opponent has decided not to emblem their deck fade in this turn, which feels strange. That doesn't find anything. White, white, white. 1, 2, 3. I get to leave up my Caracas here. Yield to Living Weapon trigger. This is socially obligated to attack deck fade in here. I mean, yes. Yay, Caldra's still bugged. Hooray. The green in our deck? The green in our deck is... That's whatever. The green in our deck is for 3rd color for Prismatic Ending. Full stop. There are no actual green cards anywhere in our deck. I mean, you know you do have to have, like, 7 mana and a creature in play, right? For any of this to matter? And it can't be a legendary creature because I have this Caracas that says we get to ignore it. That's pretty great. So opponent is going to equip my Cauldron complete to their Snapcaster Mage. That's unfortunate, not gonna lie. I'm in pretty bad shape. Do you just have the Bolt opponent? I take 7. I go to 3. I mean, I'm, like, socially obligated to do this before they potentially draw cards that matter. Them controlling my Cauldron complete is... I mean, I agree with you. So the line here involves me bouncing their Leovold, and then bouncing their Uro on my turn, and then we play this, like, ridiculous holding pattern involving making sure they never have a creature. This one. You're gonna draw a card. Like, if they draw both at any time, I'm dead anyway, right? So, like, giving them the extra cards when doesn't particularly matter. That one's pretty good, actually. White, green, black. Exile this Uro. Yeah, Caracas is the answer to your question. Sure. Opponent is trying to draw towards force, I suppose. Uro's gone forever. That's pretty good. Don't hate that at all. That one's problematic, I'm not gonna lie to you. That'll do it. Red. Okay. So, opponent's deck has a non-zero. Actually, we want this Ashiok for sure. I don't hate this Pithing Needle. Kaya also feels pretty great. These Plague Engineers feel pretty reasonable, given the fact that my opponent is on a bunch of X1s. Being able to invalidate their pile of X1s seems pretty reasonable, and I have to imagine they're on some number of Coatl and or Strix. I think that this is a match where, well, I was telling myself I think this is a match where I cut Dark Ritual, and then I realized I boarded in this Ashiok. I think Liliana of the Veil is a pretty questionable value. I've got to decide what I do and don't want here, and this involves making 2 cuts. It's possible that cutting Thoughtseize is strictly correct here. Batterskull seems of pretty medium quality. I'd much rather have a Caldera. By that logic, I can also cut a Stoneforge Mystic. Now, looking at the rest of these, like, do I have room for these Plague Engineers? I could just become a black deck splashing for removal. I don't hate that notion, given that my opponent has shown me deck Thaden. That gives us 5 spots. I can board in the 2 Engineers. I could board in Surgical, but I think that that's kind of excessive. I have 3 more slots. I can board in all 3 Planeswalkers. I can just become this Planeswalker removal deck. I kind of like this, actually. This will be the game plan. I would love to play first. I will keep this. Easy money turn 1 Thoughtseize. Show me your secrets. Probably gonna take Deed, because it's the card I really want to deal with the least, and I have a bunch of answers to most other things they could do. Ponder's fine. They played it off Volk. They do have 1 unknown. Technically have 2 unknowns. I'm gonna grab a Scrubland and cast this Dothy Voidwalker here. It's just in. This is so good. I will... I'm gonna fire this off. That's fine. I'm gonna make opponent think that they have clean brainstorms here. Then I'm gonna hymn them. What did we exile from our opponent? Deed, Grove, Valk. I don't think any of these things are things I'm particularly interested in at the moment. So I know the Misty's gone. I'm gonna cast a second Douthy Voidwalker here. Cling to Dust in response to my Wasteland on there. Sure. Awesome. Punishing Fire. I accept. That is gone forever. Grab another Scrublands. Whites, white, black. Kaya, that was a Force of Will, pitching an Uro. Opponent puts a Deck Fade into play. They have to plus. They're socially obligated. Otherwise, this Douthy Voidwalker just kills it and it's free. Draw 2, discard 2. I will discard these 2 lands that I don't particularly need. Okay, well that's like a minor punish, but it's probably fine. I will attack Deck Fade and put it to 1. They're going to target themselves now. They discarded a Delta and a Force of Will. This is a Drown in the Lock targeting my Douthy Voidwalker. I accept. Opponent has a stop set in my upkeep for some reason. Not particularly sure why. So now opponent gets a graveyard again, but they're... Yep. 1 Uro is gone, Deed is gone. Okay, they're throwing away a lot of resources here. I will just fire off this Thoughtseize. They're gonna Brainstorm. They've shown me a land. They're gonna plus Dack Faden again. I do need to find a third land at some point, another land at some point in the near future, so I can get that Triome to get this Dack off the table. But that's, like, the only thing I really want for at the present moment. I think I answer most of their other stuff pretty readily. I don't care about any of this anymore. All of those are long gone. I mean, Turok's fine. It's, like, not the Turok I want, but it's fine. I will cast this Turok as a 2-1. I just want something to start pressuring this Dack Faden. I have extra swords to fire off. That's actively good for me. Yep. They've put an Uro into the bin. Okay. This is an op agent. That's fine. Life from the Loam, getting Grove of the Burn Willows and Bayou. Sure. I will fire off this op agent. Again, this is pressure for the Dack Faden. They have chosen to drown in the locket. I accept. It's another ending that doesn't do what I need to do right now. Land, yes. I will very actively fire this off before such point as opponent resolves their triggers. Opponent drawing the card they need for Force of Will would be very bad, very bad for me. They put in Grove of the Burn Willows. Opponent Dack Faden. You gonna replace a draw with a dredge here? They do. Oh no. They just flip cards. Okay. There's the natural Indatha Triome, which answers this Dack Faden. I have 2 shots at it doing so. So I just need... If it comes around the table, I fire this off. I actively don't want to play that. This one. White, green, black. Done. Opponent is casting Brainstorm here, looking for a way to interact with this. 2 Force of Wills are gone. Some number of Drown in the Locks are already gone. This is a Snapcaster Mage, 4 Drown in the Lock. This is fine. I have another shot at this. I feel like black mana is unlikely to be the choke point, so I'm going to play this Urborg. Opponent is going to emblem their Dack Faden. Green, black, white. Done. Opponent does have the Stack Fade and Emblem. The Snapcaster Mage is not presently something that I'm particularly worried about. Opponent Loams. Gonna fetch my basic planes here. I lied, I'm just gonna fetch a Scrubland. Opponent has yet to show me they are on Wasteland. So if I Thoughtseize here, an opponent has Bolt, I'm just dead. Thoughtseize puts me to 5. Grove is gonna put... yeah. But I think that I'm kind of priced into seeing what's going on over there. Show me what's up. So, that fizzles, because they now control it, and there's now no longer a legal target. Bolt, sure. Do you have the other Bolt? No. I know opponent's hand is blank right now, that's why I took the time there. I will float the white. So opponent does indeed have Wasteland, which is relevant here. So opponent... oh, opponent chooses not to Dredge Loam. That is an Uro, that's fine. Did they... opponent exiled their life from the loam. I will plow this Uro in response to this trigger. That is now gone. Opponent has shown me the bolt. That was exactly what we knew we were dead to, was a couple of bolts. Eve. Alright. Yeah, and I knew that I would... like, obviously it was... we were pretty lined up to deal with that. It was... I died a bolt. And opponent stitched together bolt. So, we indeed lose to bolt. But, yeah, I mean, like, that's really close. There's arguments there to, like, look at playing Surgical Extraction for, like, P-Fire and stuff. I just don't think it's worth it. There's a conversation you can have about, like, cutting some number of discard spells because, like, trading 1 for 1 with them is bad, but they also have cards that are so impactful that trading 1 for 1 I think is necessary. So, it is what it is. Now we're on to round 2. This hand... I actually don't hate this. I think I'm gonna keep this. Bloodstained Mire. I'm now going to play this Scrubland. I don't believe opponent is likely to be a Wasteland deck. It is possible they are goblins. It is possible. This feels more strongly like they could be Reanimator or Storm. Basic Forest is a weird... Okay. I don't care about that even a little bit. Opponent is just actual factual Jund. I will yield to this. I will go fetch myself a Cauldron Complete. I have a feeling opponent plans on thought seizing me anyway. Opponent is going to have a bad time when they do that because my hand is kind of stacked. This is Fatal Push on Stoneforge Mystic. That resolves. This Tarmogoyf is a 3/4. I could hardcore punish my opponent. I think that I am currently and presently interested in wastelanding this, ending their Tarmogoyf, and just setting us back to parity. Okay. This is yet another Tarmogoyf, which is fine. I'm gonna him my opponent. We've taken a Bolt and a Bayou. I'm gonna grab another basic here. Black for Voidwalker. White for Stoneforge. Yes, please. Get a Batter Skull. Opponent choosing to bolt my Stoneforge Mystic here. Yes, that was all I needed. I will cast this Batter Skull. I will attack with the Dauthi Voidwalker. Opponent is going to Thought Seize me. I have to imagine they take the Cauldron Complete because I'm only a couple of land drops away from actually, like, stitching that together and making that a thing that matters. I will start by Thought Seizing my opponent. Okay. That's not a card that matters. Prismatic ending their Tarmogoyf. Wasteland their Red Source. The only card in opponent's hand... Sweet. The only card in opponent's hand was Endurance, and I don't think it mattered. What do we want against Jund? It's a good one. I think Thoughtseize is pretty bad. I think that Ritual is actively good for me here. I think that Walkers are decent. I could bring in Cathar Commando here to try to deal with Sylvan Library, which I have to imagine my opponent is playing. I don't think that Sylvan Library is that good. I think that most of my deck just beats what they're doing. And I think that Dark Ritual is kind of the breaker here. I think that if I just Ritual out any of my Walkers or any of this garbage early, it puts me in a great spot. So I will cut 4 Thoughtseizes. I will bring in the Planeswalkers out of my sideboard. And I will submit like that. I could board in Engineer as just like another body that like eats a Goyf. I don't think it's worth it. We have enough stuff already. I accept. Keep. Opponent can't Thoughtseize me in a way that is meaningful. Okay. Wow, this Ragavan. That was a mistake. I'm supposed to wait until their turn. Opponent has a Wasteland. They cast a Dark Confidant, sure. I too will cast a Dark Confidant. Opponent shows me a Ragavan, sure. Push, okay. Wasteland, yup. That's so gas. I'm just gonna plus this Liliana in the dirt and pass. I lied. I found another one. I'm gonna save this ritual because I want to cast an opposition agent if they fetch. I'm gonna plus this Liliana twice more. Sick. Never mind. I'm not gonna plus this Liliana twice more. My opponent is gonna concede. We're on the board. 1-1. Beating Jund in 2021. Well, alright then. I mean, I guess, in all fairness, we're playing Deadguy, so that's a thing. Again, I do appreciate everyone coming to hang out tonight. There are plenty of ways you could choose to spend your Tuesday evenings, but you have chosen to spend them with me. And tonight, above all nights, I am grateful for it is my 30th birthday. So thank you everyone for joining me for birthday stream. For anyone who is... Have a good night, Connor. And, so... For anyone who is just tuning in recently, my name is Adam. I am a member of Team Swish out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Tonight I am playing some Legacy Deadguy Ale. And we are currently 1-1, losing to 60-card Strifo Pile or Punishing Dak, and beating Jund. Ooh, we won the die roll. Dark Ritual Opener? One-time Dark Ritual Opener. No, but this isn't bad. I do like this. I'm gonna keep. Opponent shows us Kahira the Orphan Guard. So opponent is either actual factual elementals or a control deck. I'm gonna get Swamp here because I think it's kind of free to do so, and I want to see what's going on without getting punished for it. Okay. That is a Thespian stage. I'm gonna take... This is really weird, but I think I'm gonna take Mox Diamond here. I think I can beat Retrofitter Foundry in the long run. 90s MTG, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. To anybody just joining this evening, courtesy of the 90s MTG raid, my name is Adam. I am a member of Team Swish out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Thank you, thank you. Greatly appreciated. Yeah, so tonight we are playing some Legacy Deadguy Ale. We are currently... Sandy TBD, thank you so much. Appreciate the follow. So we are currently playing Deadguy Ale. We lost to 60-card Strifopile and beat Jund. That's right. Jund versus Deadguy Ale. A classic Legacy matchup in the year of our Lord, 2021. What? Stage, yes. I like this better than I did like the previous thing. I get a basic here, which feels great. Scott Pete, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Glad you could make it out. Let me grab this Cauldra. So, opponent showed us... Yep, Maze of It seems correct. I agree. There's the maze. Heath has happened. The Thespian stage happened. Retrofitter Foundry happened. Okay. Wasteland? No, but that's also a good one. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna take this time to ending this now. Grishol Brander, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. We're just gonna dump this into play now for the sake of mana efficiency. Yeah. Do the thing. Okay. You did the thing. Congratulations. So next turn we just slam this Turok and make them discard cards. Unless we draw the card Wasteland. If we draw the card Wasteland, we punish all of their decisions and Wasteland is Mazavith. That's not Wasteland. That one's decent though. Not gonna lie to you. I think I want this Turok first. Black, black, black. One? Emu? I'm gonna put a Loam in their graveyard and get real sad about it. They're gonna maze my Cauldra Germ here. Seems pretty clear. Yup, they're gonna take one. Just trying to apply as much pressure as possible here. Show me Wasteland. Not Wasteland. Okay. I'm gonna go to combat. I will declare attacks. That's fine. Fire off this opposition agent. I will take the search from the Urza Saga trigger. Sick. Alright. So this is lands. As such, what are we looking for versus lands? I like Ashiok a whole bunch. I like Pithing Needle. I kind of like the notion of surgical extraction. I'm less in on Thoughtseize. I don't mind a Hymn, because a Hymn will take a couple of random cards. Thoughtseize is going to not hit a lot of the stuff I want it to. Kaya can hit Mox Diamonds, but I don't think that's a world I really want to live in. Like, we can Necromentia Dark Depths and make it very, very difficult for them to win, but I think that we have a lot of ways that make it very, very difficult for them to win. So, I think I'm just going to submit like this. I think that this is a cute thing you could do. The Surgical here being specifically for Punishing Fire. And various removal spells. Those cards are very good against our deck. This one has no lands. Everything else looks like gas. This one has no lands. We're gonna mulligan easy. Opponent's also mulliganing. Huh. I think I actually want to keep this and pitch the second Douthy Voidwalker. Like, this is really on the edge of keepable, but we have a draw step. If opponent sets up a turn 1 Life from the Loam, like, we just have a way to stop that too. Shut that half of their deck off. That's pretty good. That is an Urza Saga. I accept. That's not what we wanted at all. I'm gonna fetch this Swamp and Pithing Needle right off the get-go. I want this Urza Saga shot right off. Urza's Saga. Shut that down. Because it feels a lot like this was opponent's kind of game plan. When you play turn 1 Mox Diamond, yeah, that doesn't matter. Valakut Exploration, I accept. Draw a land. That ain't a land. That is unfortunate. The odds of us hitting there were, like, pretty strong. Opponent is going to get ahead here with the Valakut Exploration, which is pretty unfortunate. Rotate away. Scott, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. Rotate's fine. Again, thank you everyone for joining tonight. I really appreciate it. There are plenty of ways you could choose to spend your Tuesday evenings. I'm grateful that you chose to spend them with me tonight especially. Yavimaya, okay. That's, like, actually kind of good for me. I feel like, now that opponent has another Thespian stage, opponent... Like, that is a line I think you should be prepared for, but I don't know. I guess this saga was always going away. There's a map, sure. That's fine. Playing stage is land for turn, yes. There's another stage underneath. Well, I'm sure Connor appreciates the sub. Thank you so much to whoever has donated their sub to Connor Fultz. If any of you are not familiar with Connor and what he does, I greatly, greatly, greatly recommend checking out him on Twitter and the like. He has put in a lot of great work on a lot of really cool decks. We're just gonna die to not drawing lands here. This is so unfortunate. So opponent just maps up Dark Depths here, and then I have exactly one turn to draw the Plow. Yep, seems correct. Dark Depths. Dark Depths is land for turn, yes. That's a K return. That's pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay. Land? Okay. So this doesn't do anything. What's the plan here? Yeah, we just don't have a way to... Yep, we just die. That was so close. I needed a white source. At like a half a dozen stages of the game, I just needed a white source. Alright, well... I still like this configuration. I kept a little one that was a little greedy, and I knew that going in, but yeah. Also, had we drawn the white source there, I was 100% going to cheese opponent and just like surgical Dark Depths before. I would love to play first. Was 100% going to surgical the Dark Depths before Sword Splash Raising Merit Lage. This seems pretty great. I'm gonna keep. Snow-covered forest. That's a good one, not gonna lie to you. That's a saga, sure. Okay. That was definitely a mistake. But we're kind of into it now, so... That was, I was just supposed to play the Scrubland this turn. Just gonna cast the Stealthy Voidwalker. As it sits there, Saga constructs are not actually particularly... Okay. You just have the combo. That's fine. Alright. I'm just gonna him you here. That's a Force of Vigor and a Ghost Quarter. Those don't particularly matter. Ooh, actually. Opponent can't block this. Okay. So opponent's just gonna make constructs. I'm like 100% fine with opponent just randomly making constructs here. Constructs are something we can beat over time. I'm also just about 100% to play their Urza Saga as my land drop per turn. Throwing that out there. Because my Urza Saga... me getting an Urza Saga means I can tutor up Pithing Needle. And just, like, keep on my plan and do the thing. What's funny too is I can actually do all, like, I can activate this, play their Saga, cast my opposition agent off of it, and still hold up Swords to Plowshares. All of this seems very good for me. I like it a lot. And that also shuts off crop rotation. It does turn back on Life from the Loam. Opponent gets a map, sure. I am now... Yeah, I'm like super likely to do this. I lied. I just drew a thing that lets me cast Opposition Agent and still do all the stuff I want to do. I think I'm also willing to play Dark Confidant this turn. I think the likelihood that I actually die is pretty low. And I already have a Plow for Merit Lage. I am not interested in trading off for any of their constructs at the moment. This Op Agent is shutting off their Expo map, which feels great. It's also shutting off fetch lands, which feels pretty excellent. It shuts off crop rotation. Like, all this feels very, very, very good for me. Life from the Loam is also shut off. Okay, opponent does have a land drop. Yield the Dark Confidant. Second Swords to Plowshares is pretty gas. Urborg, not so great. I mean, I think I'm gonna play Urborg because I think I want the mana source. But I don't love it, not gonna lie. Okay. What are your lines, opponent? What do you have in mind for this particular endeavor? I don't care about Retrofitter Foundry. That doesn't do anything particularly ridiculous. I guess I was supposed to plow one of these beforehand. I will pull out one of these just to take some damage off the table. I don't want my Dark Confidant to randomly kill me. That's fine. I'll take 3. I go to 6. It is impossible for my Bob to kill me. Dark Ritual is like one of the best draws ever. I guess I'm wrong because I have to pay for all this garbage. But all this stuff in the stack. I will pay. Yes. I will once again pay. So they can 1, 2, make a thing. I don't have a 4/4 attacking me. Yes. Okay. Ouch. Okay. This has become quite a predicament we're in. Sacrifice it. You may play this. Play this turn without paying its mana cost. Okay. So I crack Douthie Voidwalker. I take Exploration Retrofitter Foundry. And then shrinks their construct to a basically 0 size. Okay. I like this well enough. I'm gonna choose Force of Vigor. Okay. Cast Force of Vigor, target. I guess actually I just target Retrofitter Foundry and the construct. Take all of their pressure off the table. Pass. It's weird that opponent didn't even make a construct. They have to be planning to make Merit Leisure. Oh. Sure? Like, that's fine. Like, that's reasonable, but, like, I think ultimately, basically, irrelevant. Yes, please. Yes, please. Bob, can we not? Bob, can we not? I was probably supposed to let my Bob go there, to be honest. Green mana, 1. That's an endurance. They can't make this turn. Do I cast another Turok here? That seems reasonable enough. I'm letting my... Yeah, I was definitely supposed to let my Bob die this turn. If that cost me the game, I'm calling it here. This Bob was supposed to die, and I totally missed it. Alright. Black, green... Light from the Loam. Okay. We're getting that started. Okay. Let's put that on the bottom. Okay. Yes. 1, 2. Oh, they just have make. No. Okay. Yes. Be kind to me, Bob. One time. That's a good one, friends. Surgically extract this, paying mana. This one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. Opponent is showing me that they have another Dark Depths at the ready. So I do have to be mindful. I will allow you to make a 20/20. I will Swords to Plowshares said 20/20. Opponent now has a lot more life to work with, which is problematic for sure. Okay. You not playing Depths there is very strange, but I guess you're going for Construct Machine? Yes, please. Yes, please. It's another Op Agent, which feels pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really need an answer to... I need an answer to a lot of things. I think Wasteland is like the best card I could have by a pretty find by a pretty wide margin. That's a Dark Depths, which we knew was coming. This is another Op Agent. Yes. 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 You were great several turns ago. You are less good now. By quite a lot. Game plan here is to show strength. We have not cast all four. We're going to make opponent think we have it. Opponent's just going to do the thing. We're going to make a construct. Okay. I mean, yeah? That's fine. I beg you. Let me search with this Urza Saga. That one's gas. I will gladly put a Shadow Spear. This Dark Ritual, very good. That one's also not terrible. This one. Here? I'm just gonna make opponent call it, right? Like... Okay. Lose Indestructible and Hexproof. None of that particularly matters. I mean, we're just dead. Like, part of me wonders, does opponent go for it? Like, I don't think the situation gets much better for them, but I'm curious. I would like priority. I mean, like, this matters very little. But I think that playing a little edge like this, making opponent think that this could be something meaningful. Because, like, for all opponent knows, this is Fatal Push. And now push kills Merit Ledge. Yeah. We're very dead. Alright. Well, that was really close. Voidwalker doesn't do it. Bob doesn't do it. Yeah, we were a ways away. I mean, I did say I wanted to concede the game. Let's go to details. So 1 and 2, there were some choices there. I think that there were turns where maybe I was supposed to try to deploy that Matter Skull to start pushing my life total a little higher. I could have cracked my Douthy Voidwalker to grab their Saga to start taking up towards Pithy Needle, naming whatever, Thespian Stage, or whatever Thespian Stage is a copy of at that moment. Yeah. I think that one, there were definitely some decision points that I think that I could have made differently, but I think it was close. I also think that opponent was pretty gutsy making that Merit Liege on my turn, knowing full well that I had previously shown them Prismatic Ending. I mean, yeah. This is like one of the meme hands, but you keep these. Dark Ritual. Imu? Thoughts easy. Undead Butcher? Okay, we've taken all the enablers out of our opponent's hand. Opponent is on Hogak. We just memed them out of anything meaningful. Yes, please. I'm gonna get a Batter Skull. Stitcher's Supplier is fine. Activate Stoneforge Mistake. Putting Cauldron complete. By the way, for anybody who has not caught one of my streams before, I have made it very clear on multiple occasions. Cauldron complete is very, very bugged on Magic Online. For example, if opponent's not going to block here. For some reason, Cauldron complete is not correctly exiling creatures it deals damage. I don't know why. Flashback looting? Yeah. Put some garbage into the graveyard. So, Swamp entered play. Bridge from Below is now in the graveyard. Okay. Okay. What's our path here? I guess, step one, I'm 100% attacking with Cauldron complete. Opponent's still not interested in blocking. I'm gonna Thoughtseize you. Gross. Oh, opponent can't currently convoke for it, though. I'm priced into taking this now. So opponent casts Gravecrawler. I'm gonna want this Batter Skull in the near future, so I'm not going to wasteland my opponent. I also think that putting more GAC fuel in their graveyard is actively bad. Wayfinder, sure, okay. Then you can also just Gravecrawler. Oh, there's Altar. That sucks. Sure. This is opponent presenting a Hogak, which is happening. Not a thing we're doing about that. I'm not interested in blocking their Stitcher supplier when they have two more Hogaks in graveyard. Okay. I don't think that does anything right yet. I think I'm just gonna pass here. Yikes. That's pretty unfortunate. That is Alter Dementia, so opponent just starts doing the Gak loop.
What's up, Hanford?
Oh, there's Anger. Wow, that's aggressive. That is incredibly aggressive. Yikes. There's a Bloodghast, which is bad. Which has double haste, because I'm at 10 life, and there's an Anger in the graveyard. Big yikes. That's a gag. Yup. Okay. So, like, this is... There's one T-Bridge. Can somebody in chat remind me here, what is the number of bridges that opponent needs? What is the number of bridges that opponent needs to be infinite? Because I don't recall. Or pseudo-infinite? Is it 2? Because at 2 they're generating the black every time, and Gak is milling 8 cards. That seems correct, which means that we are dead. Okay. Name Swords to Plowshares with Cabal Therapy. I accept. Yup. Because I recall that there is a way that opponent can just mill us indefinitely. Okay. Opponent has confirmed that it is enough cards. Okay. Cool. Necromentia seems rad. Kaya seems rad. That seems rad. I think Thoughtseize is about the worst possible thing that we could possibly ask for. I like Cathar Commando. I like Needle. Both of these things shut off. Their stuff. Specifically their... Why? That seems pretty bad, I guess. Yeah, Cathar Commando and Needle both deal with Alter, which shuts off the combo side. GT killing my own thing is actually kind of relevant here. I also think I can I need to make another cut. What is my other cut? Wastelands are fine. Necromentia might be a little deep, but I think that if I can just, like, tag Hogak. Yeah. Him. This probably isn't a Bob matchup. Sure. Bob seems questionable. Oh, I was definitely supposed to have Surgical in my deck. Yikes. Oh, I mean, sure. Keep. We have a turn 1 graveyard hit card. Dark Ritual. Douthy Voidwalker. Proceed with your life. Carrion Feeder is fine. I will present a Stoneforge Mystic. I will go get a Cauldron complete. Cool. Awesome. Now I get to board in those 2 Surgicals I was supposed to have in my deck the first time. In that regard, what am I cutting? I can shave a Bob. And maybe Needle is deep when I already have endings? Needle might be too deep. Sure, I can accept that. Alright, so... this has the Surgical Extraction. It has a bunch of uncastable black cards. But I'm okay with all of this. It also has a threat. Okay. Another Douthy Voidwalker. I will Surgical Vengevine if needed if I see triggers go on the stack. That's where we're at. Opponent now showing me Assassin's Trophy. Enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. When it dies, you may exile it. If you do, return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Reasonable. That is a very quick Hogak. Yup. Vengevine, Vengevine, Vengevine. The other Vengevine is already exiled. This Gak has haste and I kinda hate it, but like, here we are. I'm gonna take 8. Notably here, Cauldron has first strike. This is an important line of text. That's a great... oh. That's a lot of... yeah, okay. I was like, we're okay. No, no we're not. We're very dead. Big yikes. Yeah, and that's... Surgical's pretty soft hate versus Gak. That was probably supposed to be a mulligan. That was an exceptionally fast Gak, though. And that exceptionally fast Gak was going to trigger 2 Vengevines, and I had to take the Vengevines while I could. Because otherwise I was dead, like, almost on the spot. Huh. NXL Audio, I have no idea what you said. MTG bot auto slammed that as spam. Super confusing. Weird. Couldn't tell you what just happened there, but manage moderation settings. All right. Into round 5. We won the die roll. Sure. Yeah? There's a lot of the things we want to be seeing. Alright, opponent is mulligan to 5. That feels bad. What's in Meyer is usually bad news for us, not gonna lie to you. Preordain, okay. This feels like Storm. If this is Storm, these Swords to Plowshares are pretty bad and I want to clock. Grab Scrublands. Present Stoneforge. Yes, go fetch Cauldra. Ritual. Oh, okay, opponent is Phoenix. Alright. Well, that's a totally different situation entirely. That is Trip Phoenix, which is unfortunate, but, like, not game ending. I need to draw a white source. That is indeed a white source, I accept. So... I will wait to do this until I'm in combat. Take 6, go to 4, put a Batterskull into play, attack once. Go to 8, have another Plow. Oh, that does change the math now, doesn't it? One is Force-a-Willing. Now I'm hard set into drawing another Swords to Plowshares. That's not another Swords to Plowshares. Big yikes. Alright. So this will board in Deafening Silence. It will take Surgical Extraction. I don't hate Ashiok here. Kaya, on the other hand, feels a little much. Cauldra feels like kind of an ask. Ending also feels of questionable value. Like, trying to get that online to answer Phoenixes and stuff seems pretty rough. Op Agent is actually great. It stops Buried Alive. I think Dark Confidants are pretty weak here. I just kind of want to bully them early and often. I will submit. Play first. I think this is fine. Island Preordain, sure. That's fine. I'll just grab Scrubland here. Yes, please. Grab Batterskull. Bolt Stoneforge, sure. Ponder, yes. Snap Wasteland this. Slam Bob. What I really want Bob to do here is to push me into Graveyard Hate. I want Bob to push me into a card light or Deafening Silence. Would also accept Deafening Silence. Now would also accept Wasteland. I mean, that one's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's also just a Batterskull online. I will him opponent first. We took an Arclight Phoenix and a Brainstorm. So opponent has 4 cards in hand. Opponent did not have a kill there. That's pretty good. Alright, Bob. Graveyard Hate. Op Agent, not bad. Op Agent, not bad. Dark Ritual, 1-2. Get the Batterskull into play. I'm just gonna hardcast this Batterskull. Is that cool? Force of Will pitching Echoing Truth. Preordain, yep. Thoughtseize is good. Which one of these is scarier, opponent? I'll let you tell me. Op agent? That seems like a reasonable decision. Alright, we're gonna play Stoneforge Mystic, grab Argite. I'm gonna grab, it doesn't matter, cast Argite. This gets it, this at least in play and protects it from discard spells. Land fetch, yes. Buried Alive's all the Phoenixes. You know how good it's gonna be if we draw Deafening Silence here? Alright. I'm gonna cycle this, actually. That's why. Deafening Silence showed up. Opponent's done with us. Alright. That feels pretty good. It does seem like opponent's kind of all in on Phoenix, so that makes me think that Necromentia is better. Do I cut the last 2 Dark Confidants for 2 Necromentias? And just, instead of having stuff to feed me towards things that matter, just having 2 more things that potentially matter? It does shift our curve up. I mean, I don't hate it. Opponent didn't seem to really have a backup plan. I do need Graveyard Hate early now. This is a Snap Maul. I like this one a lot. I'm going to keep this. We're going to ship one of these Turoks. Get Scrublands. Cast Deafening Silence. Daze is fine. Another Preordained, sure. Yup. Cast Stoneforge. Yes, please. Get Batterskull. Dark Ritual, yep. Snaps it off on the surgical. Yep. Buried Alive. Yes. Get 3 Phoenixes. Take 9. Go to 10. Once again, at need to draw a white source. That is white source. I will fetch now. Opponent could randomly be some sort of stifle deck. We're gonna do the same thing we did before, opponent. You got a counterspell? Go to 3. Brainstorm. Yep. Can we just draw the Vegeta off the top, too? Just give opponent all of the sads? Put this into play. Give the living weapon trigger. Gonna play this. This graveyard hate card is late, but like, I'll take it. Is fetch bolt? I mean, fetch bolt does the thing. It's not just fetch bolt. Blue, blue. Murktide Regent. Okay. That one's big, I'm not gonna lie to you. Alright. I literally can't fetch. This is unfortunate. I needed this to be a non-fetch land to equip Batterskull the Dauthi Voidwalker. Gain 7, go to 8, still die to Murktide Regent. Yep, yep. Nothing to play with Dauthi Voidwalker. Unfortunate. Alright. So we attack. Attack, go to 5. Die to literally everything. Got it. No way to draw cards. Yep. That'll do it. Well, big yikes. That wasn't how we wanted to finish that one at all. That seems kind of rough. We never saw the Murktide Regent in the other games, so it's not like it's something I was actively thinking about in any capacity. Opponent just jammed Phoenixes down my throat until I died. So I do think that had I known Murktide Regent existed, pull up the list again here real quick. For anyone who's curious, this is LogESD's recent 5.0 list. I guess I could have brought in Kaya to kind of like help incrementally keep the graveyard in check. I still don't think Prismatic Ending is very good. It's never tagging a Phoenix when I want it to. It's never tagging a Phoenix at all. Phoenix are 4. Yeah, like, I could see Kaya. Maybe Necromentia was too deep. Or maybe we were supposed to mulligan more aggressively. Like, I definitely had a hand that was, like, Surgical Extraction, Swords to Plowshares, stuff. And, like, that's fine. I don't know. Maybe that last one I needed to mulligan deeper than I did. Alright, that's fair. Well, everybody, that is going to wrap it up for me for the evening. For any of you who joined from the 90s MTG raid, again, my name is Adam. I am a member of Team Switch out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. I stream here 3 nights a week. The way my schedule usually breaks down is Tuesday nights is Legacy. That's going to start about 10 p.m. Then Thursday nights is kind of this weird influx spot. This Thursday I will be playing some Vintage Cube because I do love me some Cube. Then this Saturday, which will start at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that will be some Vintage. Last week we played Oath of Druids, specifically the Justin Gennari's most recent top performance with the Archon Oath list. I did see that Justin put up some results with a combo Oath list, playing like Urza, Saga, Vault Key, and some stuff. So, might look at that this weekend. We'll see what happens. We usually try to pick something kind of cool. Not, I have yet to play Shops. Don't think I'll ever play Shops. Not a Dredge Wizard, but, well, it'll be something neat, regardless. So, yeah, if this is your first time joining, again, thank you. I appreciate it. If you like what you see here tonight, regardless of the fact that I scrubbed out, feel free to give me a follow. Again, I'm live 3 times a week. I do post content on YouTube as well. My YouTube is down below. I do post occasionally on the Team Swish YouTube as well. That information is also down below. And, yeah. So, consider giving me a follow. Consider checking out some of the other content I produce. If you are a Commander aficionado, take a look at the Team Swish channel. There is a trial run for a new episodic Commander content series going live 2 days now? Christmas Eve. So, a little something for everybody. Some Vintage, some Legacy, some Commander, who knows? But alright, everybody. That's it for me. You all have a great night. Stay safe out there, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Cheers.